Hi everyone, and welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about the things that I have learned from being fatigued from working 110 flight hours this month. But first, if you're new here, welcome. My name is Nicole. I am 48 years old. I live in New York City. I'm a flight attendant, and this is my debt-free journey. So let's get into it. So I have learned that the things that you learn while you're fatigued are not the things that you learn when life is going smooth for you. For example, this month I have worked 110 flight hours. Now that is strictly time in the air. That does not include delays, mechanicals, layovers, time between the flights. That is strictly 110 hours in the air. And you guys, this month isn't even over yet. We're at November 24th, I think. So I still have another 6 days worth of holiday flying to get through. Also this month I did my yearly, well, I didn't have a choice. I had my yearly FAA training where they put all flight crews through tests throughout the day it's every 18 months. And they make you never know what they're gonna throw at you. You have evacuations on the planes, whether you're in the ocean or on land with fire. They give you a medical emergency situations, such as using an AED or CPR, or an asthma attack. So you never know what they're gonna throw at you. And at the end of the day, it's about eight hours long or so. You either have a job or you don't. And through the grace of God, I have a job. I don't know how, because I was on, no pun intended, I was on autopilot the entire day because I was just exhausted. That training could not have come at a worse of a time this year. But nonetheless, I got through it, I have a job. But I made some pretty big mistakes along the way this month. Aside from all the unexpected stuff that I went through in my last video, such as, having to buy printer ink, or the thermostat in my rental house breaking, or, shampoo and conditioner and all the stuff that I have to buy that I've been running out of. Aside from all that, I have made some pretty major mistakes this month due to exhaustion. Number one, we have to bid on our schedules every month for the next month of flying. So you have to go through thousands of flights every month and bid for your schedule. Now, I have about 20 years here. However, 20 years in flight crew land is a baby. I understand in real world jobs that may be a long time, but for flight crews, I'm in middle school about my seniority level. So I made a huge mistake because I was tired, and I transposed 2 flight numbers. And because of that, it has me now working Christmas Eve and a bunch of other dates that I didn't want to work. Now I still can get out of it because I can try to trade or whatnot and get out of those days, but it's not looking too good right now. That was my number one mistake. The second mistake I made was I completely missed my vacation bidding. I have about 47 days of vacation. And once again, we have to bid based on seniority. I don't know what they're gonna give me. They can give me 47 days straight off, or they can give me 2 days here, 5 days here, 10 days here throughout the month. And I don't know what they're gonna do because I've never forgotten it before. So we'll find out at the end of December what they're gonna do. So that was another pretty big mistake. Another mistake I made is I missed my annual health insurance, the open enrollment period. I guess it's like 3 weeks long or so, and I knew it was coming. I just thought I had more time. I lost track of dates, of times. Gosh, you guys, I didn't know whether I was coming and going and landing or taking off. I had no idea. I missed it. So whatever health insurance I had last year will be the same one that I have for 2026. I did not get a chance. I got a chance. I just lost it. I could not compare and contrast health insurance plans. So that's a pretty major mistake. I paid my credit card. I'm on the snowball method, and I had forgotten I had paid it early in the month. I paid it early in the month so I wouldn't forget to pay it on the 17th. So the 17th, I was in Fort Lauderdale for work. I woke up early morning, getting ready for work, and I realized it was the 17th, and oh my God, I didn't pay it. So I logged on to pay it. It was like a $310 minimum payment. I paid it twice, once in the beginning of the month and once again on the 17th. And to be honest, the old me would have spiraled thinking, oh my God, I need that $300 because that $300 is supposed to pay my Amex at the end of the month. What am I gonna do? And truthfully, I still don't know what I'm gonna do. But I didn't spiral, and I thought, okay, one step closer to freedom on that card, which is true, but like, I didn't need to spend $600 on one card. And I know it's because I was just exhausted. I didn't even know. There has been days this month that I have woken up at home, my alarm goes off. My alarm goes off every morning regardless. There's no such thing as sleeping in when you're a mom, and I think every mother knows that. And my alarm would go off, and I genuinely could not figure out if I had to get up and get ready for work, or if I had to get up and get ready and take my daughter to school. And when I tell you, it took an embarrassing amount of time to figure it out. I mean, a good few minutes to figure out where I was and what I was doing. And that's when I knew. I mean, all the other things I knew when I missed vacation, when I missed my bidding, when I missed open enrollment, when I paid my credit card, all these things I knew were attributed to just pure exhaustion. But when I really genuinely could not figure out what I had to do that day, I knew it was time to take a break. So I had off today, but truthfully, the only reason I had off today is because I worked so long yesterday. My flights went illegal, or I went illegal rather, so I wasn't legal to work my flights today. And through the grace of God, they gave me off today with pay. Oh, there's a siren coming. Hang on, you guys. Okay, I'm sorry. You guys know if you've watched just one of my videos that I have to constantly cut out for sirens and horns. And you can see it's late at night here. Well, it's like 5 o'clock, but it's pitch black outside, and sirens and horns, they're gonna go all night long. But anyway, so I missed all of those things. I don't know what I'm going to do about the $300 American Express payment that's due in just 2 days, but I'm not spiraling, and I'm certainly not freaking out over it. I will figure it out. I don't know how, but I will. But anyway, I was off today with pay. I'm off tomorrow because I have to do something at my daughter's school. So at this point, I should be able to recalibrate and get it together for in the 3 days that I have off for the flying for next week. So number one, this taught me that my mistakes are not the opposite of progress. They're just part of it. That I'm human, that I make mistakes, and whether I'm exhausted or not, mistakes are part of it. Not everything can just go up and up and up and up. You know, there's going to be peaks and valleys to things. And right now, we're just this month, I've been in a valley, and it is a growing season. It's a learning season for me. And I knew that I'm making progress by the fact that I didn't spiral when I missed December, when I missed the open enrollment, when I missed my credit card, not knowing how I'm going to pay the next one. Knowing that I didn't freak out, I'm proud of myself because that's growth on my end. Number two, my slow days can still be productive days. So slow days, my off days, for example, I'm running around doing laundry and cooking and cleaning and trying to just catch up on everything that I couldn't do while I'm at work. Sometimes I get home from work at 5 o'clock in the afternoon like a normal person, or sometimes I get home at 10 o'clock at night. But regardless of what time it is, I still have to do laundry. I still have to prepare for the next day, And on my off days, I'm beating myself up. You should be updating your Poshmark closet and your Mercari closet and your Depop closet. And why aren't you doing this? And why aren't you doing that? And even I was rushing through meditation. I was finding myself looking like, okay, 2 more minutes. Okay, 1 more minute. And that does nothing. That defeats the whole purpose of meditating if you're constantly looking at your watch, wondering when you're done, or even skincare. I found myself just so exhausted that I didn't even I just fell into bed at night and didn't wash my face at night, whether I was out in New York City, in the disgusting city with the air hitting me, or in the airplane air with all the people, breathing in my face. There was no reason why I couldn't just take a wipe to my face and get the makeup off, So slow days can be productive, and I need to cherish those slow days and be more present, because Freedom, yes, it comes at a cost. I'm going to have to hustle for the next couple of years to get to that freedom. But on the path to my freedom, I need to enjoy the slow days. I always say it's Paris meets New York. Like, I want to be that Parisian woman that is sitting in her cashmere sweater on a sidewalk cafe, sipping her cappuccino and just reading a lovely book, right? I want to be that soft Parisian. But then I also have in my DNA that New York City hustle and grind and ambition, and there has to be a place where both Paris and New York can coexist. And I feel like that can be my slow days. Paris and New York can coexist on my slow days. So I'm learning that, and I learned that just from being absolutely fatigued. Number 3, that I can have my big, audacious, delulu daydreams or fantasies or whatever you want to call them. For example, in my delusional mind, I am not leaving this apartment. This apartment that I'm sitting in right now, I have a lease on it. It's 16 more months. I have a lease with baby daddy. Now, baby daddy and I are not together. He is my youngest daughter's father. We are not together. We live together. If you'd like the full fun story on that, the love, the lease, the lessons, that's a video on this channel. But we share this apartment together. This apartment is $7,120. And this isn't even a luxury building. It's a nice building, but it is certainly not luxury. My washer and dryer are outside in the hallway. We don't even have it inside the apartment for $7,000. I pay $2,700. He pays the rest of it. When he moves out, because he hates this apartment, but who cares? It's all about me. He hates this apartment. When he moves out, in my delusional mind, I am staying here. I don't know how. I have no idea, because I can barely afford the $2,700 rent now, and this rent is $7,000. I don't know how I'm going to stay here. But on my delusional mind, I am not leaving this apartment. And I've even gone as far as, in my mind, buying a second home somewhere where I have a garden and I'm growing my own food, and I have a little book nook and it's filled with sunshine and flowers and just all the pretty girly things and all the calmness that New York City does not give, I have in my second home, in my Delulu land. So I can have these big, audacious, delusional dreams while still pounding the pavement and being in the grind of my debt-free journey. Both of those can exist, just like Paris and New York can exist. My delusion and my grind can exist also. There is another siren. Hang on. Okay, you already know. I'm sorry. So fatigue isn't failure. It is feedback. It shows you how stretched thin you can be. And believe me, paying off $63,000 in a city that is so unforgiving and will eat you alive, you can be stretched pretty thin and not even realize it. It showed me the pace that I can keep versus the pace that I can't keep. And this is such a valuable learning lesson moving forward, that maybe 110 isn't necessarily good for me. Maybe I would be good with 105 or 102. Somewhere between 100, 105, I think could be my sweet spot. Also, this channel has nothing to do with fatigue truly, but this channel has helped me in so many ways. At first, I was so afraid of starting this channel, of really just putting myself out there and being so vulnerable and being afraid of what people would say. And now I have seen such amazing benefits because it has truly changed my entire outlook on just life and holding myself accountable. If I never started this channel, I would never be, almost $4,000 down from my original debt number. I have a new outlook, a new appreciation, I should say, for my job. Whereas for the past couple of years, I've always appreciated that my kids could always fly home to get to me for free. I've always appreciated that I could hop on a flight and go anywhere in the world I want to for free. Last year, before this debt journey even started, last May, not this past May, the previous May, I went to Bali from New York. for absolutely free. I didn't pay one dime. I flew from New York to LA first class, from LA to Hong Kong first class, and then I went from Hong Kong to Bali on Cathay Pacific, and I didn't pay for that airline either. So I've always had an appreciation for my job, but it's a different appreciation now. Now I appreciate it so much more because I see it as my pathway to freedom. And I look at it completely different. When people yell at me, and believe me, I get yelled at all day long for things that are so above and beyond my pay grade and like are like beyond out of my control, I still get yelled at, and that's fine. And it used to irk me, right? And we'd go to the back alley and we'd talk and be like, oh, that 21A, he's such a jerk or whatever. Now it doesn't bother me. Water off of a duck's back, because this job is my pathway to freedom. And without this channel, I swear to you, I would probably still be miserable at work. And so I have so much to be grateful for. The fatigue and the vulnerability and all the embarrassing moments, it's all worth it just to get to the point where you can appreciate life and the things that you have. And so anyway, if you guys have gotten this far, I just want to say thank you so much, because like I said before, it has truly kept me accountable, and I cannot thank you enough for being so supportive, and your comments and your likes. And forget it, when you guys subscribe, you guys, it is like a little party wherever I am. If I'm in the terminal, if I'm on the plane, if I'm on the streets of New York, if I'm on the streets of Paris, if I'm in my apartment, it does not matter where I am. I am doing a little such appreciation dance for knowing that I have someone else in my corner that will support me. Maybe y'all are laughing at me, and that's fine too. And I'm laughing at me too, because it's ridiculous sometimes. But you guys, I cannot thank you enough for your support. It truly means so much to me. So anyway, next week after my American Express is paid, and I don't know how I'm going to come up with the money to pay that, but next week after it's paid, I will have my November numbers, and we'll see where I'm at. We'll see if I break even, or if I go below 63, or if I go above. But whatever it is, it's going to be okay, because I will not quit, and I know that I will get out of this debt one way or another. So, okay, thanks for listening, and I'll see you guys next one. Bye.